Geraldine, when you look at the world economy, we don't really at this point know how long the virus will continue. We don't know how far it will spread. We don't really know also the number of fatalities. So actually, if you're an asset manager and you're also looking at the world economy, do you assume the worst and hope for the best, or do you assume, the best?
Well, there are several ways to look at it, and one is to say that, if there are companies that you like, their fundamentals are unlikely to really change dramatically because of this virus. I mean, everything probably gets delayed. The hope is that, this virus has peaked and we are not going to see a second wave of infections globally or even in China, as people are slowly but surely restarting to go to work. The other things we take comfort is in the fact that China is really pumping some stimulus via monetary policy, via tax cuts and other things. So they're trying to soften that blow. And of course, the global economy was, starting to show better data just before that virus. What remains sure, however, is throughout this crisis is that disrupted industries are the ones that are suffering the most, whereas certain other sectors that are, more in the tech sectors or other things can sort of work around those problems and issues a little bit better. So it doesn't really change the sort of factors and rules of power there.
I mean, this also couldn't have come at a worse time for the world economy, right? This
so.
was a Lunar New Year, and it was also right after the trade war with the US.
Yeah, no, I think that's right. And for me, I mean, we are more bearish on the outlook generally, and because we think the US is more vulnerable, and therefore any shock, we could never guess what it is, any shock has more impact. But the other thing I was going to say, markets take a good degree of comfort in what you said about stimulus. But if it's a supply shock, stimulus doesn't work, right? If people don't want to fly because of economics of fear, or they don't go to the movie theaters because they're scared of being together, you can pump any amount of money into the stimulus, but people will still not go. So you definitely have a supply effect. And the best you can do then is, of course, you can provide liquidity so companies don't go bankrupt. But you can't
force people to go out.
No, that's right.
Yeah.